If you've just joined us, you're with the NCN 6 o'clock news. Men, women and children alike eagerly awaited the day for the return of one of the spectacular sporting events, Gymkhana. Absent for over a decade, this vibrant and energetic sport has been reintroduced by the Guyana Police Force. Cassia Logan reports.
Hundreds flocked the police sports complex from Evelary on Sunday to witness the return of Gymkhana. The gathering included Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi, Acting Commissioner of Police Henry Green, former Commissioner of Police Balaram Raghabir, and several other retired members of the force. Minister Rohi told the media that he is happy to be present at the return of Gymkhana.
I know that the Gymkhana has been absent for quite a while, and this crowd here is an indication of how much people appreciate it, how much people are enjoying themselves as well. As we speak, I could still see a lot of people coming in with their lunch baskets. They're probably coming for a whole day activity. But I think that it's a wonderful occasion, and I sincerely hope that the police would continue to have this Gymkhana on a regular basis.
The displays included performances by the Betavo acting majorettes, motorcycle stunts by the Guyana Police Force Traffic Department, and the Guyana Motor Racing and Sports Club. The mounted branch ranks participated in a game of musical chairs and a late-for-work races on horses. The audience was thrilled by the gymnastics and the silent drill displayed by the police training school. The K9 section displayed their ability to detect and apprehend criminals with staged performances, and ranks of the force and community policing groups matched skills when they competed in tug-of-war competitions. The event projected the skills which are necessary elements in the fight against crime while providing an opportunity for closer interaction between the law enforcement officers and the community. Gymkhana was last held in the late 1990s. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nakasia Logan.
There has been a request for increased police patrols at WIM and Albion stations at nights during 19 hours and 21 hours. This is in light of the recent attack on a student of the University of Guyana's Tain campus. The staff of the Tain campus expressed concerns about the incident, stating that their students conveyed a sense of anxiety. The board has also expressed concern that the act seems to be a part of a larger pattern in which women are made the targets. Over the last week, there has been at least 5 incidents of rape or carnal knowledge in which the Berbice campus figured prominently. The Guyana Police Prison Service will this week celebrate its 25th anniversary, and despite the many challenges, authorities say the GPS stands more resilient, energized and committed to its constitutional mandate. Here again is Nakasia Logan.
During an event to mark the occasion, Director of Prisons Dale Erskine said the year has had several notable events which enhance professionalism and the delivery of services.
A reduction of escape rate of over 90% as compared to the previous year, 2007. In addition, it's the first time in decades there's no recorded escapes in the first half of the year. To date, there have been 3 escapes, all of whom were recaptured.
The prison director noted that the prison service is not only responsible for securing the penal complex, but also help prisoners to be reintegrated into society.
The GPS must not only strengthen its capabilities to safely secure its inmate population, but must also find creative and enduring methods to provide training opportunities to inmates so they can acquire the knowledge, skills, competence, progressive work ethics, and the values of dignity to lead law-abiding lives.
Mr. Erskine also encouraged the inmate population to remain focused and make use of all available opportunities. He also took time out to commend the limited staff for their phenomenal dedication in dealing with the overwhelming challenges associated with the high inmate population. But prison wardens and inmates enjoyed a musical rendition from local gospel singer Cheryl Maloney. Among the gathering was the Home Affairs Minister, Clement Rohi. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nakasia Logan.
The Pleasance Industry Market is undergoing rehabilitation works which could cost some $7 million. Local Government Minister Kelvin Lal says repairing the roof is priority, but with enough funds, the market will get a general facelift. A maintenance plan will also be put in place to collect revenues to aid in the development of the market. Meanwhile, vendors selling along the railway embankment at Pleasance were asked by the council to remove their stalls. President Barry Jagdeo has slammed the National Milling Company in the Milco for reneging on a promise to keep flour prices stable. In this regard, the President says government will now look at alternatives to ensure that there is no additional strain on consumers' pockets. Edward Lane reports.
President Barry Jagdeo told NCN in New York that he had received the news of an increase in the prices of flour products on the local market. The Guyanese leader expressed dismay at the National Milling Company, Namilco, who has a monopoly on the importation of wheat after he says there was an agreement. The Guyanese leader explained that when the price for wheat escalated some months ago, government subsidized flour to ensure that bread and biscuits do not increase on the local market.
We were given a commitment at that time by the flour mill because wheat prices had fallen. But since they had locked into a higher price, before the prices fell, they had to increase the price of flour on the domestic market. They assured us that by the end of August that the prices would come back to the level they were. Unfortunately, the mill has not kept that commitment.
The Guyanese leader says government now has to seek other alternatives as its primary concern is to avoid any further pressure on citizens. He says Namilco has informed him of a possible price reduction next month, but this, he says, is not his concern.
So I'm very disappointed. I gave certain instructions to the Minister of Finance last night and to the Minister of Trade, and I plan to deal with this matter sternly when I get back home, because I think if they make commitments, they have to keep these commitments. So I'll be following up on the issue from here. I'm examining some other options to see what we can do in the short term.
Just last week, the milling company announced that it will be increasing the price of flour, which resulted in an increase in the price for flour products. Today, the milling company in a release said that the increased cost is not just about the price for wheat, but it's to recover the cost of production of flour. Edward Lane, the 6 o'clock news.
The Guyana Rastafarian Council has held its 9th annual general meeting at the Gymnasium on Mandela Avenue. The council reflected on its successes and challenges of the past year, after which an executive body was elected. Here's that report.
The new president of the Guyana Rastafari Council is Lionel Super Lion Langevin. In his inaugural speech, Super Lion said the committee will embark on several projects highlighting agriculture.
We've already have an agriculture committee where we are harnessing our farmers to go and start setting up not only small farm plot, but also we're putting up some infrastructure so as to take in skilled workers later to do some rapid expansion.
The council will also network with the Ministry of Agriculture in the Grow More Food campaign. The Super Lion even commended the former committee for a job well done and promises to do his best in the next year.
We had tremendous successes with our activities for this year, our calendar of events. Nearly all our events were fulfilled. We had resounding success with the staging of the Rastafari Day for the Carifest the 10 event.
The other elected members are Ras Simeon as the Vice President, Ras Ayan as General Secretary, Rash Rashidi, the new Assistant Secretary, Sister Tekla as the Treasurer, and the two executive, Rash Nines and Sister Tesso. The Guyana Rastafari Council was formed in 1999. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I'm Nacasia Logan.
54-year-old Alvin Fitzroy Goodman of Stanleytown, New Amsterdam is the country's latest fatality, while 3 others are now hospitalized at the Fort Wellington Cottage Hospital. The accident occurred after a hire car was involved in a head-on collision with a truck on the public road at Kingsley West Coast, Berbice. Investigations reveal that Alvin Goodman was a passenger in hire car HB 5587, driven by Bevon Roman of East Ramville, Georgetown, Danish Raz, Ram 30 years and Gangodu Chu 45 years, both of Bush Lot, were also passengers in the car. A police press release states that the vehicle was proceeding east along the roadway when it is alleged that the driver of motor lorry GE 3002 reversed out onto the roadway and into the path of the car, resulting in the collision. The driver of the lorry is in police custody, assisting with investigations. To date, 80 persons have lost their lives due to accidents this year, compared to 141 for the same period last year.